Hey there, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm gonna tell you how you can represent your classification data, because you cannot just give x and y values to represent your classification data. It is not going to look very good, and I will tell you why it is that. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the coding. So guys, this was the data that we had in the last video, and here what we have is, let's suppose we have this x and y. So this is the input, let's say 10, and this is the output, let's say 50. It could be anything depending upon the data. So it is the data like this. We can easily represent it like this. Now in terms of classification, what happens is that we have multiple features, as we have only x here. Now let's just for simplicity, let's just take two features. So I am going to take x1, x0 and x1, and on the basis of this we will have our output. So in classification we had to decide, we have to basically classify, let's suppose, whether we have a cat or whether we have a dog. It could be anything. So what it is going to do, it will have some values here, and here we will have values in binary form. So let's suppose we have here 0, it will have some values here, then it will have 1. So let's say it is representing dog and it is representing cat. So if we will have multiple zeros and multiple ones like this on the basis of some values here. So let's make some data. So I will tell you how you can represent it correctly. So again I am going to use import sklearn dot datasets. I have already imported matplotlib in the last video, so I am not going to do it again. So I'm just going to create the data using sklearn. You don't have to worry about it. Now import as I should write from sklearn dot datasets import make underscore classification. Should be classification. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this x comma y equal to, and let's take make classification and let's see what parameters does it accept. So we need 100 samples, but we need only two features, and I don't think we need to give any more things. So let's see what it is going to generate. So here uh, let's take n features. We only need to change n features equal to 2. Okay, so it is giving us an error because it is uninformative. We need to change that. Yeah, and the error it is giving us number of informative, redundant and repeated features must sum to less than the number of total features. So we have two features, so we can do redundant as 0, I guess. Let's take an underscore redundant equal to 0, and we have our data now. Let's see our data. So x, in x we have two, in x we have two features. So this is x0 and this is x1, and if you will see y, it is just going to be 0 1 0 1 0 1. So let's represent this data normally first. Okay, I am going to copy this part, let's say, and as we have two features, but we can only, as we are plotting in 2D, we can only plot on two bases. So I am using x0 and y here. We cannot use x0 and x1 at the same time in a 2D plot, because that will be 3D. Okay, so what I'm going to do is x, and I'm going to take the 0th index. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need all the rows from the 0th column. Okay, let's scatter this, and if you will see, we have the values like this, and it is not looking very good. We cannot determine anything at all from this. Even if you change it to, let's take it as 1 again, you will see you cannot determine anything with this. So here what you can do is you can just change your data like this. Let's say I am not going to represent the data in between x0 and x1, in between x0 and y. I'm going to represent the data with respect to x0, that is the 0th feature, and the first feature. So let's take one, and here I'm going to give the color as y, because we have two classes, so it is going to take two colors basically. And let's see what it is going to do. Okay, now we can see our data very clearly. As you can see here, this is the data that belongs to 0 class, let's say, and this is the data that belongs to class 1. And you can do it very easily, and now you can represent your data and you can understand this data very clearly. So this is the main reason that we do classification like this, because we cannot represent or we cannot understand our data when we with the earlier way. If we do this y, and let's take again that, so you cannot represent your, or you cannot understand your data like this at all. So we had to use that way to understand our classification data. And this was it for this video, guys. I hope that you understood the concepts here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.